Apple is back at it again, pushing the boundaries of performance and efficiency with the upcoming MacBook Air M4. The MacBook Air lineup has always been known for its lightweight, fanless design, but this time the M4 chip is set to bring some serious power to Apple's ultra-thin laptop. With leaked benchmark scores, GPU performance improvements, and hardware tweaks, is the MacBook Air M4 shaping up to be the perfect blend of portability and power? Let's dive into all the latest leaks and what they mean for Apple's most popular laptop. MacBook Air M4 benchmarks. Is it really faster? One of the biggest questions surrounding the M4 MacBook Air is how much faster it really is compared to the M3 version. Thanks to leaks from Geekbench, we now have an idea of the raw performance boost Apple is bringing to the table. CPU performance, single-core, and multi-core gains. According to recent Geekbench 6 leaks, the MacBook Air M4's base model delivers single-core score 3,684, multi-core score 15,280, compared to the MacBook Air M3, which scored around 2,900 single-core and 11,600 multi-core. These numbers translate into white heavy checkmark, a 27% improvement in single-core performance. White heavy checkmark, a 30% jump in multi-core power. This means the MacBook Air M4 isn't just slightly faster, it's a major leap forward, bringing pro-level performance to Apple's thinnest Mac. GPU performance, a major leap for graphics? Apple has also focused on boosting graphics performance with the M4 chip's enhanced GPU architecture. The M4 MacBook Air's metal score on Geekbench is 54,800, which puts it close to the M4 iPad Pro and even the M4 MacBook Pro in terms of graphics capability. This suggests that Apple's optimizations in hardware and software could make graphic-intensive tasks like video editing, animation, and light 3D modeling smoother than ever. What does this mean in real-world use? Fire faster app launches. Fire better multitasking with more apps running simultaneously. Fire improved gaming performance for Apple Arcade and AAA Mac titles. Fire smoother 4K and 8K video editing in Final Cut Pro and DaVinci Resolve. Fire more efficient battery life, thanks to the advanced 3nm architecture. Apple is clearly setting the M4 MacBook Air up as the most powerful fanless laptop on the market. MacBook Air's evolution. How did we get here? Before we dive into the expected features and upgrades, let's take a quick look at how the MacBook Air has evolved over the last few years. Small Blue Diamond M2 MacBook Air 2022. The big redesign. In 2022, Apple ditched the wedge design and introduced a boxier, thinner MacBook Air with white heavy checkmark, a 13.6-inch liquid retina display, white heavy checkmark, MagSafe charging, white heavy checkmark 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, white heavy checkmark new color options, midnight, starlight, silver, space gray. This was the biggest design overhaul in the MacBook Air lineup since its inception. Small Blue Diamond M3 MacBook Air 2024. Subtle upgrades. In March 2024, Apple quietly released the M3 MacBook Air, bringing white heavy checkmark, better efficiency with the M3 chip. White heavy checkmark support for dual external displays with lid closed. White heavy checkmark, slightly improved GPU performance. But aside from these, no major changes were made to the MacBook Air lineup. So, what does that mean for the M4 MacBook Air? MacBook Air M4, what's new? Apple is expected to introduce several upgrades to the MacBook Air M4, beyond just the processor. Keycap 1 M4 chip configurations, more power options. The 13.6-inch MacBook Air M4 will likely come in 2 configurations. Small Blue Diamond 8-core CPU/9-core GPU base model. Small Blue Diamond 10-core CPU/10-core GPU higher-end option. The 15.6-inch MacBook Air M4 will likely feature the full 10-core CPU/10-core GPU configuration by default. This will make the MacBook Air 15-inch even more appealing for users who want a bigger screen with high performance. Keycap 2 camera upgrade. Finally, Apple recently upgraded the MacBook Pro lineup with a 12MP FaceTime camera. It's possible the M4 MacBook Air could receive this same upgrade, improving video quality for Zoom calls, FaceTime, and streaming. Keycap 3 memory and storage. More options? The M3 MacBook Air started with 16 GB of RAM, up from 8 GB on previous models. The M4 MacBook Air might introduce a 32 GB RAM option, similar to the M4 MacBook Pro. Storage is expected to start at 256 GB, with upgrades up to 2 TB SSD. MacBook Air M4 release date and pricing. Calendar expected launch date. Lightbulb industry insiders predict Apple will unveil the MacBook Air M4 in March 2025. Apple typically releases MacBook Air models via press releases, so don't expect a full-scale Apple event, but you never know. Moneybag expected price. Money with Wings MacBook Air 13.6-inch M4, $1,099. Money with Wings MacBook Air 15.6-inch M4, $1,299. Apple is likely to keep the M3 MacBook Air available at a lower price, just as they've done with previous generations. MacBook Air M4, worth the upgrade? So, should you wait for the M4 MacBook Air? Or is the M3 model still a great choice? Here's a quick breakdown. Upgrade to the M4 MacBook Air. Heavy check mark, you want the best performance gains. Heavy check mark, you use graphics-intensive apps. Heavy check mark, you need future-proofing for 4 to 5 years. Heavy check mark, you want potential camera and memory upgrades. Stick with the M3 MacBook Air. Cross mark, you need a MacBook right now. Cross mark, you only use it for casual browsing and office work. Cross mark, you don't need the latest and greatest. Final thoughts. Is the MacBook Air M4 a game changer? The MacBook Air M4 is shaping up to be the most powerful fanless laptop ever, with small blue diamond, major CPU and GPU performance gains. Small blue diamond, better graphics capabilities. Small blue diamond, potential camera and memory upgrades. Small blue diamond, the same ultra-thin and portable design. While Apple hasn't changed the design, the internal improvements make this one of the most exciting MacBook Air releases in years. Loudspeaker, what do you think? Will you be upgrading to the M4 MacBook Air? Or are you happy with your current Mac? Let us know in the comments. Rock it!